Meet Pappu. He came to do speaking course with me. I asked him to practice PT every day and see what he is doing. Myself, Pappu, I can walk English, I can eat English, I can also dream English also. But I know speak English. I want to study in Australia or Canada. My master, my teacher told me do PT. I'm doing PT every day. 1 hour morning, 1 hour evening. But I don't know why my English speaking score improve not. क्या होगा पप्पूगा? Focusing on the wrong PT. But you, like many others who are genuinely struggling in 2024 after the PT made its software changes. A lot of people contact me and say that they are failing in PT speaking in 2024. So why is everyone failing? Stay tuned and find out how to pass in 2024 after the PT software updates with the full course. Hey everyone, Anurag here from Edutrainex PTE. We are going to discuss in this video how exactly you need to speak, what exactly you need to speak in your responses in order to get 79 plus score in 2024 after the PT updated its software. Just watch this video till the end and I will show you not only what the new tricks and the templates are that you need, but also how the PT software works and how it gives you marks. And in the end, you will get a link to download all the materials. So what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button and sit tight to watch this crucial video of 2024. A full course on PT speaking. How cool is that? And that too with the latest updates after the 2024 software update by PT. So a lot of students have complained to me that they are not scoring the same way they used to do in 2023. So this video will cover everything, not only in PT academic, but also PT core topic. So stay tuned and let's begin without any further delay. So the modules that we are going to talk about in this video are read aloud, repeat sentence, retell lecture, describe image, and answer short question from PT academic, as well as respond to a situation from the PT core. Something shocking has happened to one of my students recently in the exam. I will show that to you shortly, but till then, let's try to find out what's the correct way to solve these questions in the exam so that you get a top score. Okay, first things first, preparation is very necessary. What I mean by that is before you begin the speaking test, make sure you do these things. I have made a very detailed video where I have explained each and everything what you see on this slide. If you want for more details, you can watch that one. But I'm going to explain that to you anyway in this video. So what you need to do before you begin your test is to test the microphone. Make sure it is working properly. And let's say if this is your headset, your mouthpiece should be directly in front of your face, okay, in front of your mouth. So you have to speak in that manner. And if there are noisy people around you, if there are some people who are just shouting so loudly, so what you do is you just cover the mouthpiece like this so that only your voice gets recorded. Because once in a blue moon, sometimes we have heard that, some people who have done well in the speaking questions, but because of the people shouting around, their scores were low. So make sure if you encounter the same situation, what you need to do. Microphone position, we have already talked about. And then breathe and relax to prepare for the speaking test, which is the first section. And what you also need to do is to modulate your voice, either up or down. Make sure the pitch is right. Again, in that video, I have explained to you in detail. You don't need to speak with a very heavy voice. Also, you don't need to speak with a very loud voice. So, you understand what I'm trying to say, right? You can change your neck position to alter the pitch of your voice. Same things, if you haven't realized, the singers are doing professionally each and every day. Same thing we can also apply in the PT exam. It does work. So now that you know how you have to prepare before the exam, now we will start talking about each of the modules one by one and what you need to do. The first one and the most important one is read aloud. So read aloud, you get a passage of text around 60 words. You get 30 to 40 seconds to prepare and then 40 seconds again to speak. It's a heavyweight module because it contributes 40 points to your speaking, 40 points to your reading. Now, The very popular question on this topic is, sir, can I use one-liner? Well, one-liner does work for your speaking scores, but you are going to compromise on your reading scores if you are just reading one line. So another technique that also works, which also helps you to uplift your reading score, is skipping the difficult words. So you see, there will be some words in the passage which will be a little difficult or tongue twisting, making you to hesitate. So what do you do in this situation? Imagine that they are not there. In the 40 seconds time that you get to prepare, just filter out those words. Okay, these are the words I'm not going to say, and I will speak the rest with absolute fluency. If you do that, then both your speaking and your reading scores are rising to the top. Let me demonstrate you how you should be reading, and also make sure you are pausing at commas and full stops. That is the reason why they have been put there, to take a pause. Pausing is very essential in the PTE software because it does take into account where you are pausing and how you are pausing, and then gives you a score for fluency. So if I am reading in the exam, I'll read it like this. This year, the National Environmental Science Competition received undergraduate and postgraduate entries from a population with a wide range of projects. We are delighted that we will the valuable projects and award exciting prizes. You don't need to hurry. You don't need to speak very fast. Don't try to catch Rajdhani Express. Take your time. 40 seconds is enough to speak these words. Okay, and most of the time people are able to finish around 30 seconds, which is good enough. The next one on the list is repeat sentence, another heavyweight module that can give you a lot of points for your speaking and your listening sections. So you can see for speaking you can get up to 30 points and for listening the same. Now the trouble here, what people are doing is they are trying to remember everything. There are around 10 to 12 questions, and some of them will be easy, some of them will be of medium difficulty, and some will be difficult. Not many of them, but the most difficult ones or the speedy ones, people still try to remember what was said, all of the words, and then the problem begins. What happens is, while trying to remember and trying to speak at the same time, you are hesitating, you are fumbling, you are not speaking fluently, and that's where your score drops down. So what you have to do is to listen to how much ever words you can understand, you can digest, and what is your capacity, that's what you have to listen to. If I say my capacity is around listening 8 words, then I will listen to up to 8 words very carefully, and then I will try to repeat the same. So let's say, for example, if this is the sentence, I'll say it to you. Next week, the department secretary will email you with the details of the chemistry exam. Now, this is a lengthy one. If you are not able to remember complete, in this case, in my case, let's say I don't remember department, you with exam, then I'll say the remaining, again with fluency. Next week, the secretary will email the details of the chemistry. That's the way you should be saying, without any hesitations, without any fumbles. Don't worry about how much you can remember. I have made a video detailing about repeat sentence, but I'll tell you again. Only 3 points for content, 5 marks for fluency, 5 marks for pronunciation, 3 points for content. And that too, if you say at least 50% of the content, you get 2 points out of 3. And if you can say about 60 to 70%, then you get full marks in repeat sentence. So stop worrying about trying to remember everything for the difficult questions. Easy ones, definitely you should. But the difficult ones, the lengthy ones, the speedy ones, only remember up to your capacity and implement this approach. That way you can still get a full score, but don't compromise on your fluency. Now it's time to see how the PTE software works. A very detailed video on this elaborating how software works. I have shown you how the file is uploaded to the cloud, converted to this format in a technical file, and then the AI is able to read from there. What I'm showing you now is the output of when you speak a sentence and then what the AI sees. Now you see on the screen, it is a sentence and there are 2 hesitations in this. You see the pronunciation score, which also affects your fluency scores, and the overall pronunciation score is impacted because of the 2 mistakes. 2 mistakes in pronunciation dropped to 79 already with 1 sentence. And then 2 counts of mistakes for fluency as well. So if you are saying multiple sentences and each of the sentence, if you have 1 to 2 hesitations, then you will lose points for total score of fluency. So never ever try to do that. Always, if you are not able to speak, just skip the word and read aloud. In other places, don't speak the word if you don't remember it. Trying to remember, trying to say something that you are not accustomed to, that you can't speak, will result in hesitation, and that's why you start losing points. So now you know a little bit about how the PTE software works. The next step is to look at the next task we have, which is Retell Lecture. Again, a PTE academic question. We are still waiting to see what respond to a situation looks like, and also I'm going to share what happened to the student in the exam shortly. So Retell Lecture is very simple. What you need to do is include three phrases, at least three phrases in the templates that you are using. So you can use any templates that you want. I'm not forcing you to use this template. Any template will work, but that should allow you to speak a little bit phrases from your side, because you are showing that you are capable in speaking English, and that is what is being measured in these questions, your proficiency in speaking English. It gives you 10 points for speaking, it gives you 10 points for listening. So in this question, little bit of content is also important. For describe image, the content is not important. But this question, a little bit it is. So that is why I'm saying to include minimum 3 phrases in the templates that you are using. The remaining places you can just say keywords, keywords, keywords. You see, I have a lot of placeholders for keywords, and then 3 placeholders for also phrases. So if you can speak one more phrase extra, that's not a problem. But don't try to include a lot of phrases, because then you will run out of time. Let's do an example, and you will see, you will hear a lot of keywords in the lecture. Let's say this is the lecture about carbon dioxide emissions, plastics, conversion. So something related to converting carbon dioxide emissions into a more useful form, like hydrogen or fuel, all those sort of things. So you don't need to understand the lecture overall. What you need to do is note down some keywords as much as you can. Try to note down as much as you can in abbreviated forms, of course. So if you omit some vowels from the words, you can still understand the word. Again, I have elaborated that in the Retell Lecture video, which I published on the YouTube some time back. You will see what I mean. So once you have noted down the keywords, what you need to do is just take some keywords, make it into phrases. The speaker was describing carbon dioxide emissions. So I took this keyword here, carbon dioxide, and this one, I made it a phrase. Okay, grammar is not marked here. Okay, but I'm not saying that you should say something that doesn't make sense. It should still nearly make sense. Little bit of grammar mistakes is not a problem. Firstly, he talked about plastics. Then he explained hydrogen, keywords here, and then engineers develop technology. So I again picked the first 3 keywords and made it into a phrase. Continuing the same way, you put more keywords in the rest 2 sentences, and in the conclusion, you say overall he implied there are cheaper and expensive methods. So you see, again, I have picked up some keywords from here, here, and here, and then made it into a phrase. And of course, the overall accuracy is not marked here. So you can say the keywords, but it doesn't have to make 100% sense to anyone listening. Okay. So don't try to think that, oh, I have to summarize it in the most accurate manner. No, that is not marked here. Only thing marked here is how you are capable in listening and how you are capable in speaking and summarizing what you just heard. So I can switch between conclusion. I can put the conclusion into introduction, introduction into conclusion. I will still get the full marks. The only criteria here is fluency again and little bit of content. Now, the next one is respond to a situation, which is a PTE core task. And what I told you about what shocking incident happened with one of my students is related to this question. Let's see what happened to him.
Read aloud आया, उसके बाद रिपीट सेंटेंस, उसके बाद डिस्क्राइब इमेज, उसके बाद मैं एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा था आगे रिटेल अलाउड का, वो रिटेल लेक्चर का, उसके बाद वो रिस्पांस टू सिचुएशन के 2 क्वेश्चन है. रिटेल लेक्चर
आया था ना आपको?
नहीं, वो नहीं आया.
So you see, he booked for a PTE academic exam, and although we know that respond to a situation appears in the PTE academic exam as trial questions, but he did not get any Retell Lecture questions and he only got respond to a situation, which is why he got into a really bad mood. He got upset in the exam. He was not able to do the remaining sections of the exam well. So which is why I have made this video. I have included respond to a situation. So in case if this happens with you, you can deal with the situation. He has tried to contact the PT since the last couple of days, but he has not heard back anything. I am hoping that the PT responds to him in a proper manner, refunds his money and gives him another chance to appear for the test. But in the meantime, if you're watching this, you should be able to crack this task. It's an easy one, not a difficult one. You only need to understand how. So you get 5 points for fluency, 5 points for pronunciation and 5 points for appropriacy, means relevance. So what is the relevance means is content basically. See, this is a simple template. I put placeholders for the keyword K1, K2, K3 till K10 are the keywords 1 to 10. Okay. And then you get a situation like this, what you see on the screen. You are on the way to the office. Your car has broken down. You have contacted the mechanic, but you are unable to reach the office on time. You call the manager to tell him what is going on and you are going to miss the meeting. Ask him to reschedule the meeting. What will you say to the manager? The same thing will be given to you in a text form that you can read, and also the same thing will be spoken to you. So while you are speaking and while you are reading, you have to take down notes, as you can see. Extract all the important keywords from this passage, what you see on the screen. So I have extracted all the keywords, as you can see: office, car, broke down, contact, mechanic, everything. And then I just fit it into the template and speak my response again in a fluent manner. Today I wanted to speak to you about office and car. To begin with, I would like to mention that mechanic and contact should be considered. Additionally, we need to focus on time and manager. Also, it is important to discuss the lesser important details like miss and broke. Later on, we can further talk about meeting and reschedule. Thank you for your time and I wish you well. That's the way. You just speak, no hesitations, absolute fluency. Now you know if you face the respond to a situation question in the exam, then you know what to do. The next one is describe image. Again, easy one. For this task, you don't need to worry too much about the content. The main thing is fluency again. So don't try to use any template that just has filler sentences or you are using cluttered keywords. Like I can see keyword 1, keyword 2, keyword 3, keyword 4, keyword 5, and so on. Don't say everything in one sentence. Try to divide your response. You will sound more fluent. And that is what gives you the score. Extended speaking, include phrases, and these kind of templates give you the opportunity to speak phrases. So very simple template again. K1 to K10 are the keywords 1 to keywords 10. And you see the image. There are many things that you can speak from the image, from the title, from the legend, from the x-axis, y-axis. So I just pick a few things from here. Now, if you run out of keywords, you are free to repeat the keywords what you said before. And also, if you do run out of everything, no keywords, plain picture, just start talking about colors. That is also fine. But fluency should not be compromised. This is how you should be speaking. The given image represents adult unemployment. A deep analysis of the picture reveals a lot of detail. The image displays various things such as men, women, and country. I picked these details from here. And the x-axis. Similarly, Denmark, Finland, and Iceland can be observed in the image. Now I picked things from here. However, the illustration also highlights Nordic countries and 2008. In conclusion, the image provides useful information. That's how you should be speaking. Just pick up keywords from here and there, compile it into a phrase that you can see on the screen. And this template or this kind of template allows you to speak phrases and divided content so that the keywords are not cluttered. I can see this, I can see this, I can see this, I can see this. Monotonous. Short speaking, no extended speaking, which is where you lose the points. And the last one is answer short question. So, sorry, I've just put these animal images who are laughing. Basically, this is just a silly question. Answer short question is silly question, a dummy question which has been placed just to test if you are able to reply promptly or not. So even if you don't know the answer, just say something. It's more like a general knowledge quiz. If you know the answer, speak it. If you don't know the answer, just say something that you heard from the question itself. What rises in the east and sets in the west? If you don't know it is the sun, then you just say rises. But you have to be prompt. Don't keep thinking for 2-3 seconds and the microphone is cut off. Always say something, and that will ensure that you get full score. How much ever little you get from a short question, you will get from that. And that completes the full course in 2024 for speaking section, including core and academic. Now you can go confidently in the exam and get the score that you deserve. Time well spent on learning those new PTE speaking tricks in this video. Don't go anywhere. If you want to learn these tricks in the fastest amount of time, then do watch the video on PTE speaking in 7 days. Worth watching to improve your speaking preparation. Keep watching Edutrainex with a thumbs up and WhatsApp us if you need any online coaching directly with me. I will soon be back with another great video on PTE. See you soon.